in the Annika Pro-Am. As it says here, it will take the Gamebridge ambassador Caitlin Clark returns to play this Wednesday. No, not this Wednesday. In the Wednesday, November 12th Pro-Am at Pelican Golf Club as part of the Annika driven by Gamebridge at Pelican.
The LPGA recently made the most astute financial decision of 2025, which subtly reveals a significant weakness in women's basketball. Golf is stepping up its efforts to capitalize on Caitlin Clark's fame for the second consecutive year, while her own league continues to struggle to market its biggest star. And the figures from the previous year were truly historic.
As Clark will play Wednesday, November 12th at Pelican Club. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers. Now peep this. Business is booming when Caitlin is involved. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200% for the Pro-Am because of Clark, one of the most popular figures in the sports world. 1,200%.
Tom means 200%. Take a moment to process that. Demand for tickets didn't simply increase. It increased by 200% as a result of one basketball player picking up a golf club. The weird part comes next. All of America's major leagues acknowledge Caitlin Clark's worth, with the exception of her own. The NFL understands. The NBA understands. Golf is no exception. The WNBA continues to question her value.
And I believe they might even have they've got a statement from somebody. Caitlin Clark enjoyed her time at the Annika so much last year that she's running it back. The WNBA star will return to the LPGA Tour event at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida, where she's scheduled to participate in the Pro-Am on November 12th.
Pelican Golf Club in Ferry, Florida, on November 12th. Mark the date. It will soon rank among the year's most viewed golf events. Furthermore, it has nothing to do with the $325 million purse. The reason for this is that Caitlin Clark offers something that no marketing team can replicate. Genuine appeal to all audiences. Fans couldn't get enough of her when she played last because the Golf Channel followed her for interviews and went live in the middle of the round.
Dozen followers. Clark had thousands. She played the front nine with the world number one Nelly Korda and back nine with golf icon Annika Sörenstam, the event's host. It was an honor to play the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November. Annika said she added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf and competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand.
Take a listen to Annika Sörenstam's remarks regarding Caitlin Clark. The crowds were incredible, extremely competitive, passionate, and full of energy. That isn't a compliment of courtesy. One of the best golfers ever to recognize impact is that one. The majority of prom groups have a dozen or so fans. Caitlin transformed a casual golf event into a grand spectacle by garnering thousands of followers after each shot drivers.
Colton Herta and Marcus Erickson served as the caddies. Come on, man.
All right, everybody, welcome back.
I think the cool thing about that is just you felt the energy in the room, the amount of women sitting in there and so passionate about being a leader in their space, whether it was sport, whether it's business, whatever it is. I think that was what's so cool about it, and obviously getting to sit next to Annika on stage is pretty special for myself. So I think a lot of things that me and Annika said is we share a lot of the same values, and I think that's really cool, being driven, but so do they at the same time. Like, obviously we're professional athletes who played sport or whatever it was, but at the same time in their lives, it all relates. And I think people at times forget that we're real humans too, and we're driven by the same things that they are, maybe just achieving things a little bit differently, and whatever it is, but you could just feel the energy and excitement in the room, and I thought that was what's so cool about it.
Her voice is filled with eagerness. This isn't a publicity stunt or sponsor gig for Caitlin Clark. She is truly excited to be present. She talks about wanting to get better and gain a spot among Nelly Korda and Annika Sörenstam since she admires them. She will not appear for a picture. She will be there to compete. The fire never goes out.
every league understands the value of Caitlin Clark. Every single league, and we're going to get into this article. Every single league, from Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, everybody seems to understand the value that Caitlin Clark brings to the table. Except guess who? Except who? The league she plays in, the WNBA. Kathy, in my opinion, this is the reason you got to go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad.
For the WNBA, here is where things become awkward. With the exception of her own, every major sports organization appears to recognize Caitlin Clark's worth. The LPGA is promoting and defending her reputation like she's gold despite having no official affiliations outside of sponsorship. In the meantime, the WNBA allowed her to be mistreated, pushed, and hacked every night while wondering if she had merited the attention. The disparity is striking.
It looks like she's going to participate in the same event that she was in last year, which garnered a hell of a lot of attention. A ton of attention. Caitlin Clark will run it back at the LPGA event. WNBA star will compete in the Annika Pro-Am. Annika Sörenstam.
Gamebridge took action before Caitlin Clark became a household name in the WNBA. She was still killing it at Iowa when they signed her. They saw the vision prior to the draft and the historic rookie season. Gamebridge is now making a lot of money as the event's title sponsor on the LPGA circuit. Clark's presence enhances golf, builds her empire, and fortifies her brand. Although her own league continues to debate whether she is too well-liked.
She's had an endorsement deal with Gamebridge, the title sponsor of this LPGA event, since her senior season at the University of Iowa. See, Kathy, you talking about without the WNBA, the girl wouldn't have been making $16 million. She been getting money with these people while she was at Iowa. She been getting to the bag before the WNBA. Sorry. That would never work here. The WNBA needs to be grateful of Caitlin Clark, not the other way around. Okay. I had an amazing time at Annika last November and participating in the Pro-Am alongside Nelly.
The WNBA doesn't need to alter its marketing. As Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has repeatedly stated, all boats will naturally rise as a result of Caitlin Clark's success, but that only works if you take advantage of the opportunity. The LPGA understood it right away. When they noticed the enormous throng and the 200% ticket spike, they replied, "Run it back. It's not luck. It's a clever, opportunistic enterprise. Acknowledge the occasion. Make a capitalization. Do it again."
She's serious. She's really serious about this golf. Hosted by World Golf and LPGA Hall of Famer Annika Sörenstam, the Annika is the LPGA Tour's final full-field regular season event for 2025 and includes a $3.25 million purse. Quote, "It was an honor to play in the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November," Sörenstam said in a statement. "She's added such a great dynamic to our event. Her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand." You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, you know, just throwing another goat out in the arena there. I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation.
This is the last full-field regular season event on the LPGA Tour in 2025, with a $325 million purse. For players aiming for rankings, money, and tour status, this is a huge thing. Additionally, that is not diminished by Caitlin Clark's presence. It gives it more energy. More fans, larger galleries, increased media attention, and sponsors receiving genuine value are all results of her appeal. Future expansion, more payouts, more visibility, and a sport that feeds on crossover appeal are all results of that knock-on impact. This is how a league is expanded. Highlight the celebrity who attracts new fans and allow her to inspire those around her.
Yeah. All roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in for the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlin.
It is not hyperbole to say that all eyes are on the Ancha. A Pro-Am golf tournament in Florida will serve as the focal point of the sports world for a single day in November. Not the Pro-Am, the exhibition, the warm-up, or the championship round. However, it's already creating more excitement than the majority of full tournaments. Due to Caitlin Clark's departure in 2025, that is the power of crossover stardom. However, it's good that the LPGA is applauding it rather than opposing it. They see that Caitlin's limelight brightens the entire stage rather than detracting from others.
Down, Clark doesn't load her hands properly, but her athleticism to generate good club speed. Fans will see if things have improved next month. So, and like I said, that came out by The Athletic, aka the New York Times now.
Caitlin Clark's golf swing was actually forwarded to a professional instructor by The Athletic for evaluation. Consider that. A prominent sports publication is devoting resources to dissecting her technique as if she were a PGA candidate. The decision? She relies on unadulterated athleticism rather than refined technique, making her strong but unrefined. However, that isn't the actual headline. The truth is that Caitlin is happy with everything she does. Her warm-up, swing, and even practice photos garner national attention. That is the result of going beyond your sport. She is now more than simply a basketball player. She transforms every appearance into an occasion and is a complete cultural phenomenon.
In my opinion, this is the reason you gotta go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad. We have an article by Scott Agnes. Hey, Scott, listen, man, I let bygones be bygones. I let bygones be bygones, bro. Just don't pull what you pulled again. Don't do it again. Let bygones be bygones. Salute to Scott Agnes. Caitlin.
In actuality, Caitlin Clark should be thanked by the WNBA, not the other way around. Although it may sound harsh, that is the truth. Before Caitlin ever set foot on a WNBA court, she was already a household name. Cambridge noticed. Nike noticed. It was shown on all major networks. Caitlin Clark was not created by the league. She was advantageous to them. However, far too many people chose to ignore her achievement and doubt her buzz throughout her first year rather than embrace her gift. In the meantime, the LPGA recognized her worth right away. No drama, no jealousy, just open arms and wise business.
I thought we'd just check this out. This was from the Indiana Fever's official X page from last year.
Yeah. You got that. There you go.
The renowned competitiveness of Michael Jordan extends beyond the basketball court. It follows him to the golf field, where he engages in a pride war with each stroke. Caitlin Clark is defined by the same unrelenting edge. She is not merely there for pleasure. She grinds. She studies. She truly appreciates the sport, and she practices. Legends like Annika Sörenstam commend her impact because Caitlin isn't acting as though she cares about golf. She's making it better. She is demonstrating to the next generation what true athletic obsession looks like by fusing Jordan's fire with her own genuineness. She brings the same intensity to each three-pointer as she does to each fairway swing. The LPGA doesn't hold back. They adore Caitlin Clark due to her exceptional business acumen. They aren't skirting the issue or using flowery language. They acknowledge openly that she is the attraction, the cause of the spike in ticket sales and the trend in broadcasting. And they're accepting that fact rather than fighting it. This is the hallmark of a wise cooperation. Caitlin has the opportunity to display her charm and adaptability. There is a surge of fresh interest in the LPGA. Gamers gain from increased exposure, and GameBridge's brand is strengthened. When a league recognizes and capitalizes on its star power rather than attempting to weaken it, everyone benefits.
LPGA loves Caitlin Clark. They know she's great for business. They know the numbers that come with having Caitlin Clark's name affiliated with the event. They know the pub that is gonna bring and everything that's gonna come with it. So obviously they are gonna do what's best for business. Unlike the WNBA,
Due to the WNBA's short season, Caitlin Clark only played 13 games this year, making her off-season decisions even more crucial. During extended breaks, the majority of athletes become less noticeable. Fans go on. Although the focus changes, Caitlin doesn't want to go away. By engaging in true passion endeavors like golf, she is maintaining her visibility and relevance. This is not a publicity gimmick. It's real. She truly enjoys the game, welcomes the competition, and uses it to maintain her reputation, enthusiasm, and brand throughout the year. That's what distinguishes individuals who dominate every conversation, regardless of the season, from others who fade.
Nelly Korda and Annika Sörenstam, two of the best in the game, Clark said in a statement. I'm honored to be the ambassador for the company in GameBridge that is so committed to elevating women's sports. I can't wait to return to Tampa in November to play in the Pro-Am with the best women golfers.
The demand for those $25 tickets increased by 200%. Let's dissect that. The organizers had 13,000 individuals attempting to enter if they had only anticipated selling 1,000. The demand reached 26,000 even though they had budgeted for 2,000. It isn't typical for golf. That is buzz at the arena level. Officials from the tournament are well aware of what is taking place. The attraction is Caitlin Clark. Thus, they're prepared this year. Greater hospitality, larger venues, and more tickets. Because Caitlin's name on the marquee causes it to sell out twice instead of just once.
Crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November, Sörenstam said in a statement. She's added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand. You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, you know, just throwing another goat out in the...
Caitlin offered a terrific dynamic, and Annika Sörenstam, who doesn't give out accolades easily, applauded her competition and intensity. That had significance. She is a legend who has witnessed a variety of famous golfers pass by these proms. The ones there to compete, and the ones just posing for pictures. As well as Caitlin. Clearly, she is the latter. Annika's remarks were respectful rather than courteous. That is the strongest recommendation an outstanding athlete can give to another. Caitlin has a competitive advantage that isn't just for show. She differs from every other crossover celebrity who has ever taken up a golf club because of it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. They said the Golf Channel went live during her round and had a reporter interview Clark on a walk down the fairway. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Most groups had a handful, sometimes a dozen followers. Clark had thousands.